baseman to drop a long dart in there, and he found a way.
Josh Bell in the box now. Takes strike one. Line, and that's a base hit. And that's going to get into the corner. Coming home. One runs in. A second scores as well. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Here's the third baseman, Jake Berger. That misses the zone. 1-0. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Ground ball, Austin Riley. Oh, the throw is over his head. And it'll be first and third now after that miscue. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
You know, Boog, Jazz joined the ranks of Shohei Ohtani, Fernando Tatis Jr., and other young stars in baseball.
Now this is in the air down the line. Duvall puts it away. Runner tags from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly. And they lead by 2.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Brian De La Cruz, the next up for the Marlins. And he hits a ground ball right side, and it's through for a hit. Boots it. Throws to second. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position, and just 1 out.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to back right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Second and third, 1 gone. Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. Right through there for a strike. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Lefty on lefty matchup, and sometimes you could be on roller skates a little bit where you're quickly wanting to get out of the way, but other times where you're saying probably safer if I just try to get a fat part of my body on the baseball and won't hurt as much.
He'll score on the sac fly, and they lead by 3. And now for the Marlins, Nick Fortes.
This at bat might not seem like a huge deal right now, but baseball is a game of moments, and what happens here could change everything.
That's a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound, and this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy.
He's got it, and that is out number 3. So 9 batters come to the plate, 4 of them score. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. It's the Marlins 4 and the Braves 1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Marcell Ozuna.
Marcell Ozuna.
Luzardo back to work. That one is upstairs.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
The pitch. This to third. Tosses to first. And quickly one away in the second.
Batting 6. The center field.
And now it's going to be Michael Harris. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And there's a ball. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
The Braves trailing by 3 here at the top of the second. And another ball. And a foul ball. Got him swinging. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Here's Sean Murphy. And strike 1 to the catcher. Two outs. And he chases a high fastball there.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Murphy tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. And now the lefty. And that's off the inside edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. Braves are set down 1-2-3, and they trail it 4-1. Back here in Miami, now it's the second baseman, Luis Arias. And he deals. That one way outside. Ball 1. Sale, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he works in a sinker. The 1-0. That one fouled off. And Sale deals. Foul ball there. One and 2 now. Sale. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Tim Anderson. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. On the ground to third, and that one handled. Tosses across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
First baseman, number 9. Scott.
2 outs, base is empty. Josh Bell at the plate now. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Right through there for a strike.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Two down, nobody on. In for a strike, and it's 0-2. To third, and that one finds its way through, and that extends the inning. Now he'll turn for second, and he'll pull into second safely.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
So 2 down. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jake Berger. Hopped up. Riley under it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is the third out of the inning. Marlins lead one as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. On to the third inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Adam Duvall. And here it comes. Out towards right center field. Chisholm has a beat on it. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Now that's smacked to right center, and there's a hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
So the batting order turns over. Here's Acuna now. 0-1.
Well, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
Here comes a pitch. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. Ripped on the ground to second. Over to Anderson. And that will end the inning. Braves strand one, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. As we go to the last of the third, here's the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Oh, that got him as well. The third batter he's hit with a pitch.
Well, the bright side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit, and that's a category no batter can ignore these days. OBP, OPS, well, maybe that'll ease the pain just a little bit.
This one in the air. And there's one down.
The right fielder, number 12.
Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. Sanchez getting the start in right. 26 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And that's in there for strike one. Sale ready. There's a swing and a drive. Drops into the glove.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
And at first, Abisail Garcia up to the plate. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. That pitch clips the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
That one hammered center field. Harris going back on this one, and it hits the fence. Around third. He'll score, and they lead by 4.
Well done, drives in the run. He hit the ball so well right there, and I really thought it was going to carry out of here, but that's definitely the big part of the yard, and you just really have to get a hold of one to drive it out in that part of the ballpark. But you can't be mad about driving one off the wall.
Runner at third, 2 gone. And at the plate for Miami, Nick Fortes. He's 0 for 1. And a foul ball. Two outs. On the ground to first. Base hit and a run in to score.
Comes through with the RBI.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And up next for Miami. Arias. That's a laser base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
First and third, 2 away. And now for the Marlins, Tim Anderson. A little bit high. And it's 1-0.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Fought off foul. Swing and a miss.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Arcia. They get the force. They limit the damage here. So 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. 3 innings complete. It's the Marlins 6 and the Braves 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Out of the 4th, stepping in the long ball threat, Austin Riley. Luzardo back to work. And takes low for ball 1.
You know, these Braves just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Next offering way upstairs.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand. Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
Olsen swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Going to count 1-2. Riley aboard here at first with nobody out. Struck him out swinging. Ugly cut on the slider for strike 3.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
This is beyond you. You deserve it.
Marcell Ozuna next up for the Braves. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
And a pitch. And it's fouled away. The pitch. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
That one ripped, but foul. Two outs. And a swing and a miss there.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Good eye in that spot.
It's a good take.
Next offering misses, and it's 2-2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And that's the 3rd out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Marlins 6 and the Braves 1. Bottom 4, and now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. The pitch. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
You know, these Marlins really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. You just can't average 2 runs per inning without a complete team effort from the lineup. Everyone's been doing their job, setting up the next guy, and taking care of their own business at the plate.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Now at the plate, Jake Berger. In there for strike 1.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And the 0-1. And a big swing and a miss.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Duvall makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back here at Lone Depot Park. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Sean Murphy. The wind of the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Wouldn't chase that time. And a swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
1-2.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate, and I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
And a foul ball. And a base hit up the middle. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The batter,
Here's Orlando Arcia. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1.
And he gets tied up right there.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Kicks and deals. Swings through it for the K. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks.
That one ripped right center field. Chisholm going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. 1 left for Atlanta. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate for Miami, Brian De La Cruz. Pitcher on here, Tyler Matzek.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Albies makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
the right fielder, number 12.
So digging in, Jesus Sanchez. He's 0 for 1. And a curve misses outside, ball 1. Just missed.
Curveball kind of backed up on him there. I think it just slid out of the hand a little bit too soon.
Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Swings through that one for strike 2. Next pitch is outside. Left-hand hitter waits. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
The bat.
Avisail Garcia, the next to hit. Ball 1 there.
1 ball, no strike.
Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And the pitch. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires across the diamond. Marlins set down in order. And the Marlins down quietly. They lead it, though, 6-1. back. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. The wind of the pitch. On its way to the corner. And that's a foul ball. Albies, a former All-Star, 27 years old, and he's a native of Curacao. Not close with that one. And 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
That's one of those lookout pitches. As soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand, you start bracing for impact, knowing that it's going to be hard to get out of the way of that one.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Swings through that one.
It normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Got it by him. There we go.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire. 1-0 count. Look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-1. Swung on, belted. That one's carrying. Gone. That one felt good. And they're chipping away. It's 6-4.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
1 out, base is empty. Michael Harris now at the plate. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Swing and a miss.
On the mound, you take a note. You see the hitter's willingness to chase that pitch upstairs, get deeper in the count, try to climb the ladder.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. Berger makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
So here's Murphy now. That one is absolutely belted. In one, hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Murphy into second, and he's got a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Adam Duvall at the plate. 1 for 2. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. gets down in the corner. Runner from second crosses the plate, and it's 6-5.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
So up next, Orlando Arcia.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
2 outs. And a swing and a miss. In and over, although plenty of damage done. So 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Marlins 6 and the Braves 5. Well, we go bottom 6, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Nick Fortes. As the lefty gets to work, just missed.
You know, these Marlins, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
The 1-1 is fouled off. At the belt and fires. Up and in, and the count is 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
In the air, left field, down the line. He makes the grab. 2 down.
The batter, number 7, shortstop.
So 2 down now, and here is Tim Anderson. 1 for 3. That clips the corner. Breaking ball inside. 2 down, nobody on. And there's a foul ball. The pitch. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Harris drifts towards it, squeezes it, and that is that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Marlins 6 and the Braves 5. New pitcher for the Marlins, Anthony Bender.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. The pitch. That one not close, and that is ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. JT Shagwar appears to be getting loose. Nardi getting loose as well. Looking to get the tying run on base. This one in the air, center field. Chisholm ranging back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Typically not easy to go deep to center field, but he almost did right there and got a little help from the wind, just not enough.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. De La Cruz hauls it in, 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Austin.
And next for Atlanta, Austin Riley. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And a big swing and a miss. Holding out to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Not even close there. Ball 2. Got him swinging. And the Braves go down quietly. This one remains close. 6-5. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's Josh Bell.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Matzik back to work. Not close with that one, and that's ball 1. That one the other way. Tosses to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Marlins, the third baseman.
Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Jake Berger.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Swinging a foul straight back. Base is empty, one away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. the next up for the Marlins. And there's the strike. And that's down and away. Berger leads off first with one away. Maybe a 2-ball, 5, 4, 3, but he beats it. Good hustle, and the inning continues. Brian De La Cruz digs in now. And first offering is fouled off. Runner on the go. He swings and fouls one off. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. 2 outs. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's down. One hops off the wall. The throw into second.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Man at second here with 2 away. Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. And that one fouled off. And now the lefty. Slider misses outside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And a good eye there.
2-1.
Next offering in there for a strike. And that's strike 2. And down on strikes he goes. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Marlins get a run on the RBI double, and it's 7-5. You're dialed into the show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Andrew Nardi. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Here is Matt Olson. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The wind to kick the pitch. Strike 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Tanner Scott, the closer of the staff, is getting loose to finish this one off. Oh, 1 down. Way out front for strike 2.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. You're up there at the plate. You got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
The lefty fires. And a pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Left-hand batter waits. That one way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swings and misses. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Now it's the DH, Marcell Ozuna. In there at the knees for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Thumbs up empty. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Harris stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Swings through that one for strike 1.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That misses the zone. 2-1. Two down, nobody on. That one misses, and it's and that one hammered. That's back. Going, gone. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 7-6.
He ran the count full and saved his best swing for last. That was a battle, and he won. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
New pitcher on now, JT Shagwa.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
So 2 away with nobody on. Sean Murphy next up for the Braves. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. High in the air, out to right. Sanchez drifts towards it and makes the play, and that's out number 3. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now a 7-6 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 8th. Now here's the Marlins DH, Avisail Garcia. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Aaron Bummer.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm.
Right center. Harris makes the grab, 1 down.
Catcher number 4.
And the batter now, Nick Fortes. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
No strike.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, he just had no answer for that hard inside fastball right there. Just blew it by him. And not every pitcher likes working inside, especially with 2 strikes. They don't want to hit a batter and waste an opportunity to put him away. But if you can locate that fastball just like he did, most hitters aren't looking for it, and it becomes very difficult to get a piece of.
The 1-0. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And here it comes. The swing and a soft liner.
He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Now here is Tim Anderson. Over to Albies. That ends the inning. 1 left for Miami. They'll try and hold on to their 7-6 lead. Is the closer, Tanner Scott.
Now, this is an extremely confident pitcher. He loves the pressure. Actually likes the 1-run game better than a comfortable 3-run save opportunity because that's when he pitches his best.
Duvall swings through it for strike 1.
1 strike.
Here comes a pitch. Oh, that got him. And that'll put the tying run on base to start the inning.
Well, he's just glad they got hit with an off-speed pitch there instead of a fastball. Man, that would have hurt a lot more if it had velocity.
No outs. Runner at first. Now it's the shortstop, Orlando Arcia. And fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
The 0-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
One-run game here in the top of the ninth. And the slider just misses.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Swings and misses. It's 2-2. And a pitch. Backfoot slider ties him up, struck him out.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Swing and a miss. Slider right there. The pitch. On the ground, could be two. Anderson to first. And they're down to their last out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Ozzie Albies next up for the Braves. Trying to deliver as the hero. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
One strike.
They're down to their final strike.
A little anxious, a little aggressive early in the count. Too much for me.
This could end it. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that ends the ball game. The tying run left stranded at second.
Well, it looked like the pitcher was getting into a little trouble there, but quickly brought out a pitch that isn't what most hitters are looking for with that great velocity. But it was really good movement on the changeup and a nice win today.
One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Let's move like nobody's watching. Till I made, till you made. Only one way to celebrate. Switch off, one option. Let's dance like nobody's watching. I saw you fall in love on my dance floor. Yeah, keep your heart, don't need no ransom. Boogie through the night, 'cause this the anthem. 'Cause you know, why we gon' dance, dance.
Now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Miami Marlins. 7 runs on 10 hits. No errors. They left 7 runners on base.